I'm standing on Government Street at its intersection with Hamilton. Today that corner holds a portion of the grounds surrounding the Mobile Area Chamber of Commerce. In 1892, it was holding a brand new house that was being built by Edwin Macartney and his wife Minnie, the former Minnie Hatch. The house was described as Queen Anne and even featured what they called was a Romeo and Juliet balcony on the front. Mr. Macartney was making a comfortable fortune running a wholesale liquor and grocery business, and he was also later on the board of the Bank of Mobile. He died in 1904 at the age of only 36. 3 years later, his widow Minnie moved to New York and married a New York physician named Dr. Pearson. Dr. Pearson and Minnie lived in Manhattan for a few years until Dr. Pearson walked out on her. According to the divorce decree, Minnie testified that he declared that he no longer loved her and could no longer live with her. So in 1917, the divorce was finally granted, and Minnie Hatch Macartney Pearson moved back to Mobile, where she called herself Mrs. Pearson, even though that marriage was not a very happy or long one. The city directories of Mobile even listed her as the widow of Dr. Pearson, though Dr. Pearson was very much alive at the time. Mrs. Pearson lived here alone, and in 1943 got quite ill and was sent to a local hospital where she went into a coma. Now, Minnie didn't have any family except some nieces and nephews, and they came in when they heard that their aunt was sick. Now, while she slumbered in this coma, the nieces and nephews went into Aunt Minnie's house and helped themselves to whatever they chose. Well, to their considerable shock, Aunt Minnie woke up, sat up in bed and wanted to know where her false teeth were. They asked where had she left them. She responded, "Why, in my bedside drawer where I always have them." I don't know quite what they told her, but they'd already sold the bedside furniture and everything in that room, along with the false teeth. Minnie succumbed a few weeks later and is buried in Magnolia Cemetery. After Minnie's death, her home on Government Street was sold. The next owner used it for physicians' offices for a brief time before the wreckers came. The corner held a used car lot until urban renewal arrived in the 1960s. This block was selected to be turned into a space for a new motel. That motel was never built, and later the Chamber of Commerce built their headquarters here in the early 1980s.